Hi everyone and welcome to another video. This is about the Canon EOS 6D. Instead of V'ing the 5D Mark IV in this video, we're going to V the Nikon d850. So we're going to look at the dynamic range of the Canon EOS 6D, V's the Nikon d850. I know it's a different brand of camera, but it's still a full frame camera and it may help somebody out wondering whether they may want to go Canon or Nikon. I will tell you now, the Nikon should be a lot better, but we'll still have a look anyway. Anyway, I'll see you on the PC. Well, here we are on the second half of the d850 V's the 6D dynamic range test. So basically, all these shots are brought up 3 full stops. I'll just click on it, and we've got 3 full stops, and all of them are the same. Basically, all brought up 3 full stops. So first things first, this is the d850 file, and we'll just press the compare key, and we'll move it across to the Canon 1600. So there you go. The Canon 6D is on the right and the Nikon is on the left. Now bearing in mind it's got double the megapixels as the Nikon, so when you're looking at this you need to take that into consideration. So when we click the zoom key now to go to 100%, you'll see that I suppose the one on the left doesn't quite look as good as the one on the right, but I mean it's really is, there's not much in it. I mean, yeah, you could look at these shadows and say, yeah, there is, but there isn't, because if you come down to the shadows on the Canon, you can see that that's probably just near as goddamn got as much. So for that, I'm going to call that maybe a bit of a tie. I mean, with maybe the Canon being slightly better, so we'll now jump to 3200. Now, for this test, I'm not going to go above 6400, because when you're recovering 3 full stops of shadows, really, out above 3200, you should be getting it right in camera. But we always go 6400, so just take a look. So you can see now we're at 3200. We'll zoom in again. Just leave it a couple of seconds and you'll see again that the Canon is probably a slightly better, but I mean if you look down here right in these shadows, there's not a great deal in it, but if we look here where everything's evenly illuminated, I can see slightly more grain on the double megapixel camera. But again, bearing in mind, I don't know if anybody knows this, but basically when you zoom in, it's like zooming in like 50% more, because you've got double the megapixels, if not 100% more. Do you know what I mean? I mean, look how far the left camera comes in. I mean, if we click on the camera Canon logo, I mean, look at the difference. So for the Nikon to be holding up, that's absolutely stunning. So we'll now put the Nikon on the left, 6400, and we'll look at 6400 on the right. So if we look at that now, this is 6400, 3 full stops, both of the images, 3 full stops brought back. Let's zoom in and have a look round. And they're getting more comparable now. I mean, if you look there, left to right, I'd say that the Nikon I mean, I think there's a bit more colour noise in the Canon. But again, I mean, for the Nikon just to be holding up like that, it's absolutely stunning. But again, it could be out of your price range, and this is why we do these videos, because the Nikon's really expensive. So if you can afford a 6D, you know, it's still going to be up there and perform fantastic. So we'll just take the C key off. And what we'll do now is we should have the base ISOs here as well. So on this test, we've used the base ISO. So we've, oh dear. I don't know what Lightroom thinks sometimes on keyboard shortcuts. It works 90% of the time, then other 10 you can press a shortcut that you've used 90 times that day and then it'll just won't work, it'll do something different. So anyway, there's the before and after at base ISO on the Nikon, and there's the base ISO at the Canon. So what we'll do is we'll press the compare key. So now this is probably more of a better test because this is the base ISO brought back 3 full stops, and you can see that they both look fantastic. If I'm honest, I'd probably say that the Canon has got more noise in the shadows down here at ISO 100, and the Nikon looks better. And this is the base. This is really where your dynamic range should be the best, at the base ISO. I always do 800, 16, 32, 64, because base ISO is not realistic for some people. So that's why I do the higher ones. But on this one, I thought I'd do the base as well. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe, and a big thumbs up would be nice.